Season 5 of The Chosen is set to drop on Amazon Prime Video Sunday, July 13th, and I'm pleased to be joined with Abe Bueno-Jallad. You play Big James in the show. So for Season 5, fans love the previous seasons. What can they expect for Season 5?
Yeah, well, I mean, we go from Lazarus resurrection, which is like this big, huge moment, right? All the way into triumphal entry, into the chaos that is flipping the merchants' tables, and ending in treachery. So super big tonal shift for our story. I feel like we've already passed like the love stages and we're getting into the real meat, the real heaviness that really solidifies, Jesus's message. So season 5 was such a challenge because we really had to capture that shift, and it happens in the show. And so it really takes off from the first few seconds with the Last Supper, but then we start to like delineate and piece together how we have arrived at the Last Supper. So I really enjoy the way that the narrative was restructured and still easy to follow in a linear way. It's not like we're putting together like a Rubik's cube. It's like, oh, it's sort of feeding into itself. So yeah, super excited for our fans to take a look and also for them to digest a little bit about what's this next phase that we're getting into, because we're just about out of miracles except for some of the bigger ones, but the healing days are over, so to speak.
And maybe can you touch on this a little bit more, just like the mentality, just being like bringing this to the big screen, through, like you said, like the challenges and just like the weight of the story that you're telling. Like, what was that like as an actor in the show?
I mean, I can tell you that watching it on the big screen was so impactful, and I had already watched it on my laptop for reasons of like doing behind the scenes stuff. But when I saw it on the big screen, it just hit me like in the first moments. But nonetheless, I love that it's going to be available, for everybody. We're going to kind of open it up to the broader market. We've sort of been like hanging on to it over here in the States. But yeah, this character has been such a pleasure to take on. And to follow the growth and play out those lessons that we all know, whether it's, not trying to fight the Samaritans or planting the Samaritan fields, or, not asking to be at the left and right hand. Yeah, there's some real lessons, but I think at this point in the story, the lessons have cemented in, and Big James is one of the few apostles who's sort of unraveling what's about to happen here.
And how have you been able to maybe relate personally to your character of Big James?
I mean, whenever I take on any character, there is a level of personalization that happens. With Big James, I think the thing that has stood out to me is the strength that he tries to have in all moments, and even how that fails him. So I feel like being gung-ho and asking to be at Jesus's right hand, or being the first one to get hit in the rock by the head because you try to save Jesus. So I feel like there's I can relate a lot to sort of that initial impulse and that sense of responsibility and protection. That really resonates with me. But also Big James has this like very soft side that's not always sure of himself, and I think that's also very true, and maybe that's what I'm bringing to the character. It could be that I'm just playing Big James the way I wanna. No, I'm just kidding.
And working with the cast and crew and everything, what was it like working with them and like the other actors that play the other disciples and Jonathan Rumi who plays Jesus?
Well, I mean, we've been at this for so long. It's sort of I don't know. It's like if I would say that if you blindfolded us and then there was another actor on the other side with a card, we could guess it. That's like how good we are at understanding each other's moods, knowing when people need silence, knowing when you need a little bit of a joke to like break the tension in the atmosphere. Yeah, we care for each other in this way that's about the work, and it's about about supporting each other in through that love so that we can all kind of bring this show to life.
And has the Bible come alive for you in any way, any new ways since, you've like you said, you've been at this for years. So you've kind of gotten into your groove, but like, yeah, has the Bible come alive for you?
Yeah, I mean, from when I started doing the show, it was definitely coming to life, and I definitely had to go back and like reread stuff that sort of, you just sort of heard someone say, or oh yeah, this is a, series of events and this is how they happen. But then to actually be in there and play it moment to moment, it does. It gives it this 3D effect that it never had for me anyway. And so at this point, I'm excited to sort of get ahead of it. Like I'm just as excited when I read the scripts because I'm like, ooh, I wonder how we're going to do this. And I'm sorry, I almost like dropped some stuff that I wasn't supposed to say. But like, so for example, I wonder what it's going to be like for the flipping of the tables, I wonder what it's going to be like when he gets arrested. It brings this excitement about getting to retell the story, like I said, in a sort of three-dimensional way.
And what has been a highlight for you while filming season 5?
I think the man, it's been so big, but like from our posters to our theatrical run to shooting in that room in the Last Supper, and feeling the intimacy of that moment and what he was trying to say, and his body, the bread. It's almost too much for me. Like it's there are so many great moments, and sometimes I feel like there are not enough episodes. We need more.
And speaking of more, you guys are already in production for season 6. So what can
Mhm.
what can viewers and listeners anticipate for what season 6 will include?
I think once they get through the mayhem and the chaos and the heartbreak of season 5, they really got to gear themselves up for season 6. It's taking a whole new level of focus from the actors and including myself. And there's no more ramp, we're in it. There's no more ramping into it. So you have to prepare yourself. I think watch seasons 1 through 5 for like another year, and then we'll get to season 6, and you guys will bring your box of tissues because you're gonna need them.
All right. Well, we're excited to see season 5, season 6, and yeah, just maybe go back and watch Chosen. Season 5 is hitting Prime Video Sunday, July 13th. Abe, thank you so much for taking time to join me today.
Thank you. Take care.